Close your eyes and take a step into the city. It's the fall of 1926, and the sidewalks of uptown Manhattan glisten beneath the last light of day. The ring has passed, leaving the cobblestones slick and glimmering like polished obsidian. Street lamps flicker to life in a soft chain of golden halos stretching down the block. You walk slowly, coat buttoned, hat low, your shoes making a quiet rhythm on the wet stone. Not rushed, not wandering, just present. The air smells like everything at once. Roasted chestnuts from a corner vendor, old newspaper ink, steam from sidewalk grates, the faint trace of tobacco and rose water. A passing streetcar sends a gust of warmth and movement over you as it disappears down Fifth Avenue, its bell ringing like a memory. Storefront windows glow with filament bulbs, framing displays of pocket watches, crystal perfume bottles, and silent mannequins dressed in midnight velvet. A boy in a flat cap sells evening editions beside a revolving door, his voice echoing briefly into the dusk. Stocks drop again. Yankees win the pennant. Paris talks stalled. You pass a jazz club shuttered until nightfall. The door is closed, but from inside, a saxophone tests a line of melody, tentative at first, then smooth and sure. It spills into the alleyway beside it, soft, aching, intimate. Above you, windows blink to life in warm rectangles. Silhouettes move behind glass. A phonograph plays faintly through an open window. A woman singing in a language you don't know, but understand just the same. The city is slowing, but not sleeping, just shifting, folding into something quieter, something meant for you. And as you continue up the block, you realize you're not walking through New York. You're drifting through its dreams. You step off the street and into the grand lobby of a midtown hotel. The kind built not just for guests, but for a moment in time. The warmth hits you first, not hot, but soft. The gentle hush of a building exhaling at dusk. The scent of polished oak, leather-bound books, and a trace of pipe smoke lingers in the air, mingling with the subtle sweetness of lilies arranged on the marble check-in desk. The floors are a checkerboard of black and cream stone, glossy from years of footsteps and whispers. A bellhop pushes a brass cart piled with hat boxes and leather trunks, his shoes clicking faintly as he vanishes behind an elevator gate with accordion folds. To your left, a small lounge room glows amber. Inside, a man in suspenders leans over a chessboard. A woman reads the newspaper beside a Tiffany lamp. Neither speaks. The only sound is a piano drifting in from another room. Soft, slow, something old and blue. You move toward the grand staircase that curls upward like a ribbon of walnut and velvet. Every step muffles under your feet as you ascend, hand trailing the carved railing, fingers tracing grooves worn smooth by decades of quiet arrivals. On the landing, a massive window looks out over the city. Outside, the skyline is stitched in light, not blazing, but flickering, dancing. Reflected in the glass, your silhouette and the soft glow of the lobby behind you. You pause there, just breathing, just watching. This building is a heart, a secret, a memory, and it's holding you like a warm coat in winter. You move further inside, the piano still playing, the light turning golden, and everything in the world slowing. You ride a quiet elevator to the top floor. It opens with a sigh, revealing a narrow hallway of Art Deco arches and soft velvet carpet. At the end, a door marked private opens effortlessly to a rooftop garden, a hidden world high above the avenues. The city unfolds before you in golden fragments. Below, cabs inch through glowing intersections. Windows shimmer like scattered stars. But up here, all is still. String lights stretch across wrought iron trellises, their bulbs glowing soft and round like pearls in the sky. Planters brim with herbs and boxwoods, and a low stone fountain murmurs in the center, its basin lit from beneath. Tables are set for no one, crystal glasses half filled, napkins untouched, music playing faintly from an unseen phonograph. Somewhere beyond the edge, a trumpet breathes a single note into the air, long and slow, like a yawn at midnight. You sit on a cushioned bench beneath a striped canopy. The fabric rustles gently in the breeze. A bottle of chilled seltzer sits beside you in a silver bucket, glass beads of condensation running down its neck. Overhead, the sky has deepened to navy. Planes of light from zeppelins and rooftop spotlights paint sweeping arcs above the buildings, tracing invisible shapes across the heavens. The garden feels suspended, not just above the city, but above time, as if everyone forgot this place but you. You close your eyes and hear only wind, water, and the hush of distant music. And when you open them again, the stars have drawn closer. After some time on the rooftop, you find yourself drawn downward, back through the elevator, through the hush of the hotel, and out a side door into a quieter street. Just around the corner, half hidden beneath the painted awning, is a narrow set of steps leading down. The sign above reads only, Books Est 1889. He descends slowly, one hand grazing the cool brick wall beside you. The moment you open the door, the tiny brass bell jingles overhead, not loud, but enough to be noticed, enough to feel like you've arrived. Inside, the scent hits you first. Paper, ink, binding glue, dust, and something faintly sweet, like orange peel or old wood polish. The light is amber and soft, coming from shaded lamps and old gas fixtures mounted to the wall. The space is narrow but deep, shelves rising to the ceiling, stacked with everything from dime novels to weathered first editions. Persian rugs cushion your steps. Overhead, jazz drifts down from a vent in the ceiling. A different song now, more relaxed, like a late-night conversation with a friend. The owner, a quiet man in a wool vest, nods once from behind the counter and returns to his journal.
He doesn't ask if you need help. He knows you'll find what you're not looking for. You wander. Your fingers graze titles. Some are familiar, some are strange. One thin book opens to a pressed flower. Another has notes scribbled in the margins in a spidery hand. In the back corner, a worn leather chair invites you. You sit, the cushion exhaling softly beneath you. The small oil lamp glows beside it. You do not read. You simply exist. Between pages, between time, between the last bell of evening and the first breath of sleep. And for a long moment, the city vanishes, and the world is made of nothing but books and breath and warm, quiet stillness.
You return to the street, now quieter than before, the kind of quiet that only a city can offer when it's caught between night and morning. You step through a side entrance of a building you've never seen before, a lobby tiled in black marble and mirrored brass. A doorman nods without speaking, as if he's been expecting you. In the center, an old elevator with golden latticework and a leather-padded interior waits with its gate open. Its light glows amber, casting long shadows across the polished floor. You step in. The gate closes with a metallic whisper. There are no floor buttons, only a small brass keyhole and a single dial labeled midnight. The elevator hums to life, slowly, smoothly. You rise and rise. Through the caged window you see moments instead of floors. A jazz trio finishing their set beneath the purple spotlight. A ballroom being swept by hand. A man in suspenders leaning against a windowsill, writing by candlelight. You drift upward past them all, scenes frozen in quiet motion. Time doesn't pass here, it unfolds. Finally, the elevator slows and stops. The gate slides open, but not to another room or hallway. It opens to moonlight. You step out into an open-air corridor with glass walls framed by columns that rise toward the stars. A vintage clock ticks faintly on the wall beside you, midnight exactly. In the distance, the skyline of New York shimmers in silence, not the noise of traffic or voices, but the hum of dreams. 100,000 windows flicker like stars in the steel bones of the city. You stand there, hands resting on the cool brass railing. Below you, life continues. Above you, stars drift like whispers across the black velvet sky. You are nowhere and everywhere, between the city and the sky. And for a moment, you forget which direction you were going at all. You descend from the rooftop corridor and drift back onto the street, guided more by instinct than memory. The city is darker now, softer, its sharp edges dulled by fog rising from manholes and alleyways. A block down, tucked beneath a flickering neon sign, is a late-night diner, glowing like a lantern in the dark. You step inside. The bell above the door jingles sharp and brief, then gives way to warmth. Warm light, warm food, warm people speaking in the hush of half-sleep. The scent of strong coffee and warm butter floats through the air, anchored by the low sound of eggs sizzling behind the counter. The waitress behind the bar gives a soft nod, gestures to a booth by the window. The red vinyl cushion is worn but welcoming. You slide in. The table is cool to the touch, wiped clean just moments before. Outside, the city drips with fog. A single cab rolls by, its headlights hazy. A paper boy on a bicycle coasts past, humming to himself. From the radio near the grill, an old jazz tune crackles, mellow, honey slow, as if the music itself is nodding off with you. You don't order. There's no need. A plate appears, toast, fruit, a slice of something sweet. A cup of tea steams quietly beside it. You take a sip. Its warmth like an exhale through your chest. Someone laughs gently 2 booths away. A fork clinks. A page turns in a newspaper. Everything here is winding down. This isn't where people come to wake up. It's where they come to soften, to land. And as you gaze out the window, sipping slowly, you feel your eyes begin to blur, not with tears, but with tenderness. Because even a city like this, even at its loudest, tallest, brightest, knows how to whisper. You step back into the night, full and quiet, and follow a narrow alley between 2 brownstones, almost too narrow to notice. A soft glow spills from below a wrought iron stairwell where a sign etched in brass simply reads, "Baths." A man in suspenders nods as he lets you in. No words. You descend a stairwell wrapped in tile and time. The air grows warmer, denser. Moisture curls in the light. At the base of the steps, the world opens. Wide marble arches, soft yellow lamps, steam rising like spirits through the space. This is no grand spa, no bustling scene. It is private, reverent, intimate. A tiled pool stretches out beneath vaulted ceilings. Its water glows faintly, reflecting the lights above like liquid gold. The scent of eucalyptus and sandalwood hangs in the mist. You slip off your coat, your shoes, the last weight of the city, and step slowly into the warm water. It welcomes you without splash or resistance. Just silence. Just warmth. You wade to the center and float. The ceiling high above you, lanterns flickering at the edge of vision. Steam curls over your skin. Muscles unknot. Thoughts dissolve. A man nearby reads by candlelight, his book resting on a dry ledge. An attendant moves silently, folding towels, pouring tea into a clay cup. But mostly, it is still. You close your eyes. The water hugs you, holds you, rocks you, and for a time, you are no longer a person in a city. You are breath, heat, light, suspended in steam inside a dream. And somewhere far above you, the subway roars on, unaware. After the bathhouse, the street feels cooler, like silk on warm skin. You walk only a few steps before discovering a storefront tucked between a tailor shop and a florist, its window filled with clocks of every size and style, gilded pocket watches, cuckoos with painted doors, towering grandfather pieces carved in oak. A small sign on the door reads, "Closed for the evening." But the door creaks open under your hand, as if it's been waiting. Inside, stillness. Not silence, though. The room is alive with tiny sounds, soft ticking from dozens of clocks layered like rainfall. A wind-up music box plays a lullaby from some unseen corner. The air smells like cedar, brass, and something warm, beeswax or old paper. The light is gentle. Lamps covered in lace cast amber across the walls. Dust drifts slowly in the beams. The clockmaker, an older woman in round glasses and fingerless gloves, sits at a workbench beneath a hanging magnifier. She doesn't look up, but smiles. She winds a delicate watch with steady hands and places it carefully on a velvet cloth. You don't speak, neither does she, but something passes between you, a kind of understanding that you are both here because of time and also despite it. She gestures to a velvet chair near the fire. You sit, and the cushion molds to your shape, like it's known you for years. On a side table, a steaming cup of lemon tea and a silver tray with candied ginger. You sip, the sharpness and warmth grounding you, anchoring you in a moment that doesn't tick, but breathes. Across the room, a grandfather clock chimes softly, not to hurry you, just to say, yes, you're still here. And for a moment, the idea of time no longer feels like a river rushing past. It feels like a room, and you are welcome to stay as long as you like.
You step out once more, deeper into the quiet folds of the city until the sounds of laughter and soft music draw you toward a basement door lit by a single swinging bulb. The sign above it reads simply "Blue Hour." You descend into warm velvet darkness, red curtains, mirrored walls, tables dotted with flickering votives. The jazz club is nearly empty now, just a few souls remain, scattered like stars, sipping, nodding, swaying in their own orbit. The band is still playing, slower now, tender, a brush of cymbals, the soft pull of the bass, a trumpet like honey poured into dusk. The singer stands beside the piano, eyes half closed, her voice just above a whisper, every note landing like silk against skin. You take a seat in the corner, a booth worn smooth by 1,000 nights just like this. The waitress sets down a glass of something amber without asking. It catches the light like fire trapped in crystal. You sip. The warmth spreads slowly, unfurling behind your ribs. The air smells of tobacco, perfume and candle smoke. Laughter curls like smoke rings near the ceiling. The music slows, the last note lingers, and for a moment the whole room is suspended in silence. Then a low applause like rain on velvet. The lights dim further. You don't stand, you don't need to, because in this hour no one leaves. They just fade into the softness, and the city, like the music, holds its breath for one last moment before letting go.
You leave the jazz club, not by the door you entered, but through a side exit that leads into a narrow stairwell. No signs, No footsteps. Just soft wallpaper, lit by one dim bulb swinging overhead. You climb slowly. The banister smooth beneath your hand. At the top, a single door with a brass key already in the lock. You turn it. Inside, an apartment glows with the hush of midnight. Everything is warm and slow. Cream-colored curtains swaying with the breeze. Books stacked in corners. A small record player humming low from another room. A single candle flickers on a marble-topped side table, casting its light over a bed draped in linen and velvet, its surface perfectly untouched. You step inside, close the door behind you. The windows are wide open. Outside, rooftops, water towers, antennas stretching into the silver sky. The lights of Manhattan blink slowly, tired, gentle, rhythmic. Even the city's pulse has quieted. You slip out of your coat, your shoes, your thoughts. The sheets are cool and soft, the pillow weightless. The mattress seems to remember your shape before you even lie down. You curl beneath the blankets as the rain begins again. Soft, clean, distant. The gramophone crackles, then fades into silence. A final chime echoes from a clock tower far away, and the city, bold, towering, electric, finally exhales. You are no longer walking, no longer watching, just floating, somewhere between the roofline and the stars, and here, in this room above the world, you sleep.